While you and your friends are worried about me, I'm having lots of fun. Counting flowers on the wall, that don't bother me at all. Playing solitaire till dawn with the deck of 51. Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo.
Hi there. Today I am doing a requested video about flower clip placement. I did my Belle Blossoms video last week and I had a couple of people ask me about where to place certain types of flowers or what I would recommend. So I'm just going to give you some ideas as to what I love to do with my flower clips, and I kind of feel like that it's not a it is a taste thing, but it also is something that you kind of slowly start to naturally understand about shapes and sizes of flowers and what you can do with them. I actually did an article for Vintage Life magazine a few years ago, and it was about flower clip placement, and I thought I had done a video on it, but I don't think I did, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. It's definitely, like I said, a matter of taste. However, a lot of you feel like probably it's just a natural thing. It's just second nature. You know where to put your flower clips. This video is for those of you who have never worn flower clips really, are trying to kind of branch out and start incorporating them as a hair accessory. And so this just kind of gives you some ideas as to what you can do. First of all, like what I have in my hair today is like a fruit clip. I like it a lot, but where I had that placed right up high, close to my close to my shorter hair, is definitely what I would recommend to be a really good place to put those. I'm very careful with, like when it comes to smaller flowers, I do tend to put them up a little higher. So for instance, when it comes to a smaller flower, such as this one here, I would definitely try to place it up a little higher. If you have two matching flowers of this size, it's ideal. If your hair is parted in the middle, like in my Dale Evans video, you can actually put two on each side, and that's a very traditional 1940s style. As a matter of fact, this little gal right here is doing that, and I've done that in a couple of videos. For really large flowers, you have a lot of options. You can put them on the side of your head. I'm going to show you one that I feel like works really, really well depending on how brave you are. If you are going to an event and you feel like you want to do something that is very, very striking, flower clips can bring balance to a hairstyle. So if you have a really large flower, for instance, like this one, you can actually use it a little higher up on the light side of your part, and it will bring balance to the other side. So this is actually a place that you could put a very large flower. You can also do a large flower right above the ear in such a way, and it will definitely have a very tropical vibe to it. When it comes to flat flowers, they're excellent for when you're wearing a flatter hairstyle, such as this side of my hair being a little flatter. I can apply this flower and it doesn't stick out too far, and it looks very natural and it looks fine. You can actually do this with all of your flat flowers and wearing a flatter hairstyle, and that's usually ideal. This large double orchid, this is a beautiful flower. However, I feel like on the side of my head, it stands out just a little bit too far. It kind of gives me a little bit of an awkward appearance. So in a case like this, that's when you would add some volume to the side of your hairstyle. Victory rolls are ideal because they'll last a lot longer, but as you can see, of course this is super messy, but I just added some volume using a side comb, and I pushed it forward, and as soon as you do that, you'll find that you can apply it here underneath the volumized section, and it will feel a little more balanced. You place it behind your ear, and then all of a sudden you've got balance where this side of your hair is and this side because of the volume at the top. So I feel like these larger flowers are ideal to wear in front. The ones that stick out a little farther, I feel like are ideal to wear when you've got a more elaborate hairstyle with rolls, victory rolls, an updo with some barrel curls, things like that. This is a perfect example of what you can do to wear one of these larger styles of flowers. So anything like this, double flowers that kind of hang, that kind of stand out from the sides of the head, I feel like they look really, really good if you've got a little volume to go along with them. Flat flowers you can wear with a flatter hairstyle. And then the really large flowers, like I showed you, these full-bodied flowers can also be worn on the side of the head as long as you balance them properly with your hairstyle. So those are just some ideas. Another option for you, I know a lot of you absolutely adore those huge flowers. For instance, this sunflower is probably the largest flower that I own. It's huge. A great option for flowers like that is just to take your hair. I'm going to just do a really super messy updo because this is a perfect way to disguise any kind of issues with bobby pins at the base. But if you have a really large flower like this, you can actually take it and put it at the base of an updo. I like to do it slightly off center. That flower has a whole lot of extra interest. You see it from the front of your head, but you can also see it from the back, and it definitely is the kind of the star of the show, especially in a more simple updo. So that's a great example of what you can do with super big flowers. But one of my favorite things to do, like the medium-sized flowers, medium-sized full-bodied flowers like this one, or like this dogwood that I mentioned last week. I feel like that the medium-sized flowers, the thing that they're perfect for, you can wear them over one ear if you want to, and it's just fine, but I really like to take them on the heavy side of the part and just kind of nestle them into the hairstyle like this. I feel like that's my favorite place to wear a medium-sized kind of full-bodied flower because it gives it some push. You push up into the volume of the hairstyle, so the fact that it's a more voluminous flower is fine, and it's not going to look awkward because it's not a flat area that you're putting it into. So when it's a flower that kind of stands off the head a little bit, I like to kind of nestle it into my hair. That's one of my favorite things to do with a medium-sized flower. Also, I love to mix flowers up. So if I, for instance, have a beautiful one like this real rose, the one that I showed you last week, if I, for instance, have one like this and I want to balance out this side of my head, I might put this one under behind my ear, and then I might take a coordinating flower and put it at the top. And that just gives you sort of a spring bouquet on the whole side of your head. You can actually do this just so that you have a little bit of extra, I might pull a little volume up into it like this. Just a little bit, and a cluster that really, really looks stunning with summer dresses. You've got a lot of options. You just want to make sure that you're not, the main thing is just to make sure that that you feel like it looks right. If it doesn't, keep playing around with it, try some different things with it until you are perfectly happy with what you've got, because I feel like flowers can be the most stunning thing about a hairstyle. The hairstyle, no matter how simple it is, can really be made to look special with hair flowers. So it's my favorite accessory to use, but you've got lots of options, so just think about it, and hopefully this helped you a little bit.
Don't tell me I've nothing to do.